Hello and welcome to the video. This is RetroMTGA. We're gonna play a game, and as always, you are excellent. The main change that we have here is an inclusion of Ajnod's Intervention. The thing I like about this is it's an instant, it's a 1-drop, and when this creature dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand. This allows us to protect the Rotpriest from both death and exile. It allows us to target the Rotpriest, and it will allow us to get around Sheoldred's Edict, which so far has been a problem. Let's go. Last game we played was against Dimir Self-Mill. If you want to go check that out, it's in the playlist. We did not draw the cards we needed. It was a nice loss because we learned some things. They had Edict when they needed it. We were able to get them up to 8 poison counters. They wiped the board. We drew 2 infectious bites. Just wasn't good. And if we'd had these Ajnod's 1-drops to protect our creatures from the Sheoldred's Edict, we probably would have won that game. So we're gonna give it a shot. We're going to hope that we draw Rotpriest in our opening hand, and we did. And we have our mana, we have our new card that we want to showcase in the list, and I think this is a keep, especially because we're on the draw, meaning that opponent goes first. So on our first turn, we're going to draw a card. It's going to be fantastic. Fingers crossed. Okay, we're gonna play out a forest and a Rotpriest. Are we playing this right now? They can't counter it, but they can do nasty stuff to it, and we can't. I think let's hold it back. Let's see what we're up against here. See what our opponent has in store for us. Okay, I'm not sure that they would have been able to remove it, but it looks like they're playing some Azorius Control. And we'll go ahead and draw out that old counter spell. Unless they think this Blightbelly Rat isn't going to be a problem. Apparently they don't. They're going to give us our first poison counter. Next card out should be some kind of a Skrelv, right? Are we thinking? Nope. Thrumming Bird. Alright, we don't have removal on that yet, but we do have Venerated Rotpriest Protection. And we're gonna go ahead and get our first poison counter onto them, unless they want to make a very bad block on their Thrumming Bird. They do not. If they had made that block, we would start to think to ourselves, do they have some kind of recursion to the battlefield, recursion to their hand? But they did not. We're leaving protection up and ending the turn. So far, they have 18 life, we have 20, they have 1 poison counter, we have 1 poison counter as well. They're gonna hit us, they're gonna proliferate, we're gonna get 2. And then I don't know what's gonna happen after that. We're gonna have to see. And they're going to proliferate us. They're going to pass us the turn, but not before they give us another poison counter. Alright, they're doing pretty darn good in their... And then they're going to draw 3 cards. That is so great for them. We're going to hit them. We're going to corrupt them back. I mean... Okay, we don't have any other land to play. We don't have any other way to draw cards, so... Let's go ahead and hit them for all they're worth. They now have 3 poison counters, and we've got a Canker Bloom out on the field as well. So they've got massive card draw. They can hit us with poison counters pretty much at will, it looks like. They're going to proliferate off this single little Thrumming Bird they've got. They're going to check us for reach, which we do not have. Thrumming Bird hits us. Thrumming Bird proliferates on us. Proliferates all over us. And then they're going to depopulate. And see, here's the cool thing. Okay, now, they might be able to counter this spell. But we're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to give them a poison counter no matter what. And then, we're going to... Okay, so our Rotpriest is coming back. Do we want our rat to come back too? I think we do. They made a very big mistake depopulating. I don't know what they were thinking. We'll let the Canker Bloom go. Oh, the rat didn't come back. The rat just didn't die. Okay, well, it is what it is. We'll play out 1 Rotpriest. We want to be able to protect... Play out a swamp, leave protection up, hit him with the rat for another poison counter. Feeling pretty good, but we're not taking our foot off the gas, and we are not getting lulled into a false sense of security here. So that means not committing more to the board than we should. We're gonna we kept one of our Rotpriests in hand. Okay, see, there they go. So they're exiling everything now, which is fine. That's why we didn't play out that other Rotpriest, amongst other reasons. Let's play Infectious Inquiry, give them another poison counter. Play out our Secluded Courtyard, which is another kind of cool include in our list, because we can choose Phyrexian, which of course our Rotpriest is a Phyrexian, so we're just gonna get cute and tap it for green, play out our Rotpriest, and basically just pray that they don't have another Farewell, which, you know, to be quite honest, they probably do. Let's see. So far, they've drawn... Oh, they exiled their graveyards, but we remember they did... By Recess twice, so that's 2 cards, and then they got another 3 cards off that. No, 2 cards off that Distorted Curiosity. So they've drawn 4 cards. Opponent now has 8 poison counters. Let's see what else they have in store for us. They countered it. Okay. We do have a way to kill the Annex Sentry. Here's another Phyrexian creature that our Secluded Courtyard is going to tap for some black mana. And we're going to pass the turn. We're going to leave the swamp in hand, add a little mystery to ourselves. What could we possibly have? Another sentry. Okay, so they know we don't have protection because there wasn't any. We get another poison counter. Yeah, there wasn't any stick on that. What we're really hoping to draw into at this point is a drown, an Ichor, because it can kill the sentry. Okay, we're gonna go pretty quickly to 7 poison counters. They might have a counter spell in hand. It's a hard counter because we're corrupted. They're going to... Okay, so they didn't have a counter spell in hand, but they could maybe now. Let's see if they have a counter spell. Let's watch for the stick. There is stick. They countered it. Those lucky sons of guns. Well, we haven't lost the game yet, but we are freaking close. They're gonna put us to 9 poison counters, and they're gonna hit us for 7 damage. So we're dead next turn either way. We've got to do something pretty darned impressive. And that is actually not good enough because we don't have anything in our graveyard. So we're going to scoop it up and say GG's to the opponent for having the right draw. You know, yeah, we had fun. Yeah, we lost, but we still had fun. We learned some cool stuff. So that's gonna do it for the video. It's just short and sweet. I think what we saw was that the Ashnod's intervention worked out very well in our favor. Maybe one of our mistakes was we should have let the rat die on the depopulate. That was a misplay because we played the safekeeping onto it, which actually gave it indestructible, of course, which meant that it didn't die. We wanted it to die. But even if we had done that, they still would have only had 9 poison counters on them, which would be not enough. So everything else being equal, they still would have won that game. The Secluded Courtyard came into play as well, which was kind of cool, kind of cute. The only cards, you know, in our deck that Secluded Courtyard can't really play are the instants, which we have a lot of, the sorceries, which we have a few of, and the Tyvar Planeswalkers, which we have 2 of. So I'm not sure Secluded Courtyard is good, but it did perform this game, so that's kind of cool. Thanks to everyone out there consuming this content. The response has been fantastic. And so thank you so much. This is RetroMTGA, and you are excellent.